Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is the National Football League. Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got a solid matchup in store in the NFC, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Purdy looking to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Purdy bootlegging it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend. And usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a first down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, and it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has. But really, it's the truth. They're, for a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Ayuk going to go in motion right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4. Now it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Stafford. Dancing to his left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 2nd down and 3. Now Stafford. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, for the offense, it looked like that drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes, was their partner? Think about it this way. A Hall of Fame coach once told me the best characteristic he liked out of his teams was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
2nd down and 6 now. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Flush to his right. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Flushed out right. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. On 1st down, Stafford here. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. Being chased out left. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Again, it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that, incomplete. Daylight in front if he could have held on, but he didn't. So instead, it's 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Williams again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Maher is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy from the gun on third down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Steps away to his left. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Now Purdy.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Looking deep for Jennings. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
That sack was by Isaiah Oliver from his cornerback position. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, back to you, too, in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a play fake it at Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Flush to his... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On second down, McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
He's going to try and do this himself.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the 49ers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right?
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point try now for Moody. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Out to his left. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
They're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Stafford. A hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe, because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
So they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And they'll go on the ground. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
So now Stafford and the Rams
down 14-6, a minute 15 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Stafford now to throw. On the move, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Chase Young
In there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here comes second down.
Now it's Stafford, rolling to his right. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
So the big play nullified, illegal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford escaping the pressure right. And he fends him off.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10.
Stafford dancing to his left. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Now Stafford. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Here's 2nd down.
He's back to throw. He'll buy some time right. This is caught. And he is in for the touchdown with no time remaining. And Charles, we're a 2-point conversion away from overtime.
And that won't be easy. We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Now they line up for an extra point. He indeed does kick it, and while it's good, it doesn't matter. They needed the 2